First at 5, new reaction to the settlement reached between St. George's School and dozens of former students who claimed they were sexually abused at the prestigious Middletown school.
And tonight we're hearing from an attorney who's representing the plaintiffs in the case that we've been tracking for months. Eyewitness News reporter Julianne Pixoto is live in the newsroom with the interview that's new at 5.
We traveled to Boston to meet with the survivor's attorney. He says many of his clients had never spoken about their sexual abuse until the legal process began back in January, and he's thrilled with how quickly a settlement was reached. Up to 30 former St. George students are finally getting some closure from the school after years of silence following alleged sexual abuse.
No one ever puts sexual abuse behind them, but they can at least put the mechanics of this part of the process behind them.
The amount of money each survivor is receiving is not being released, but attorney Carmen Durso says that's not what his clients were after.
Virtually none of them were motivated by money. They all said, I don't want to see this ever happen to another kid.
Durso says information indicated at least 50 people were abused at the prep school, but only 30 wanted to make a claim. He says those survivors who did take legal action are both men and women, with ages ranging from 28 to 60.
Sexually and physically abused by teachers, by other students. It happened between the early 1970s and into the 80s.
The chairwoman of the school's board of trustees sent Eyewitness News this statement. It is our sincere hope that this agreed resolution will assist our survivors as they move forward towards healing. We look forward to continuing to work with our survivor community so that the lessons learned can ensure the safety of our current and future generations of St. George's students.
We've settled the claim part. That's done. I don't think all the talking is over by any stretch of the imagination.
Durso says if the cases had gone to court, the survivors likely would have lost. Find out why that is and why Durso is now calling for laws to change in Rhode Island. Coming up new at 6. Live in the newsroom, Julianne Pixoto, Eyewitness News.
New at 6, an attorney for survivors of alleged abuse at a private school in Middletown reveal why his clients would have likely lost had their case gone to court.
This after St. George's School revealed today it has settled 30 sex abuse claims. Eyewitness News reporter Julianne Pixoto joins us with more details, including why that attorney is calling for laws to be changed. New at 6.
We traveled to Boston to speak with a survivor's attorney. He says if the sexual abuse cases had gone to court, the survivors would have lost. And now he's calling for laws to change in Rhode Island to protect other victims of sex crimes. Attorney Carmen Durso says he's thrilled a settlement was reached so quickly.
The school was forthcoming in terms of saying, yeah, we've got to do something here. One of the things about the St. George's case that's interesting is the statute of limitations for all of these people had run.
Meaning if the cases had gone to court, the survivors would have lost.
Rhode Island has one of the worst statute of limitations in the United States.
While there is no statute of limitations for rape in Rhode Island, there are for other sex crimes, which is why Durso is calling for the laws to change.
Perpetrators are smart. And if you have different laws for different crimes, they will be very careful about what they do until someone gets to a certain age.
St. George's survivor representative Ann Scott sent Eyewitness News this statement. It's hard to put into words what it feels like to receive this kind of validation and support after all these years. Our spirits are renewed on our forward healing journey. While 30 victims took legal action, Durso says there's evidence at least 50 former students were sexually abused. The amount of money each survivor is receiving as part of the settlement is not being released. Julianne Pixoto, Eyewitness News.